single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day.
Let's talk. My name is Toya. Welcome to my channel. And today what we doing, we talking about what? My 600-pound life, season 7, episode 19. We talking about Mercedes. Now, I'm just gonna jump right in because this episode was a lot. I mean, I was sad. Sad ain't the word. Gloomy throughout this episode. Like brokenhearted. Like I was just so like, I don't know what to describe it. It was just a lot. At any moment, I thought something was going to happen. I thought her body was going to give out. I thought we was going to get the little white letters on the screen saying something happened to Mercedes. I was just scared. But let's just jump right into it and get this review over. So this is Mercedes. She's 37 years old from, I believe, Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene started. She's at home helping get her kids ready for school. She has like a 12-year-old. I can't really tell how old the boy was. Maybe like 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. And she's helping getting them ready from the bed. Now, she's not bed-bound, but she's pretty much confined to the bed. So she gets them ready as much as she can from the bed. Her oldest daughter, Kamoria, who we're going to talk about a little bit later, who's one of the MVPs of this show, actually does a lot getting them ready with breakfast and getting the kids ready, getting the stuff they need. Anyway, then her son's father, Terry, and we're going to talk about him later too, comes over, takes the kids out, and then actually gets them to school and brings them back. And then it shows her having a personal care assistant, Brittany, who comes over and pretty much helps with the bathing and showering and changing her clothes and changing, different things like that. Just a personal care assistant. So show starts just like that. And I'm like, okay. So after Brittany leaves and she got her clothes on and everything, then Terry comes back over. Now, again, this is her son's father, but she said they're strictly friends now, strictly platonic. He had cheated on her a while back and they never gonna be nothing more than friends. So he comes over and he makes her this humongous breakfast. He makes her bacon, eggs, toast, all the fixings, all the helpings, makes her breakfast and leaves. Then a little bit after that, her sister comes over, brings her lunch. Then a little bit after that, her mama and her twin brother comes over and brings her little snacks to tide her over till the kids come home. So let's just jump into her story, which is her history, which is really the reason why we're here, which is probably the reason why she ended up on the show. So she had, I believe she said 3 brothers and 3 sisters. It was 7 of them in total. She had a twin brother. And she had an okay childhood. Then her dad started getting abusive. Her mom left her dad. And then this is when the problem started. Her dad started sexually molesting, raping her and her sisters. No words for that.
I feel sad, made me feel dirty. And as a child, with something like that happening, you don't know what to do with it. Because one of the people who's supposed to protect you most is the one hurting you.
Mom didn't know. Her mom talked to the camera for a little bit. Seems like her mom just really felt guilty about the whole situation and not really knowing or really investigating as to why she was gaining a lot of weight. So there was a lot of guilt and regret on that part. So that's where a lot of this started. So let's fast forward. She's 13 years old, 200 pounds. Now she's 16 years old, over 400 pounds, and she just dropped out of school at that point. She said, it's too much. So at 19, though, she does go and get her CNA certificate and she starts working. She did that for, I think she said 5 or 6 years. After that, she started working at a library where she met the father of her daughter, Kamoria. And he left her a little bit while she was pregnant. But after she had a C-section, and after that, she was bedridden for a year and a half because she had a really bad infection going. So she picked up a lot of weight after that. Then we fast forward, I believe she's like 33. She gets pregnant with her second child, has a C-section, ends up again with the same infection, led her bed bound for another year and a half, which after that all was over, she was over 650 pounds, which is almost where we're at to date with the story. So probably about, she said a year later, her dad was getting ready to die and she had some words and she actually forgave him. So we at month 1. And she decides, look, I need help. I need to go see Dr. Now. It seems to me that Terry, which is the father of her son, had agreed that he was going to be the one to go down to Texas with her. And he was really going to do this journey with her because he was taking care of the kids. And seems like he was very instrumental in their lives. And then all of a sudden he just backed out like, no, I'm not here for it. I'm not going to do it. Which to me seemed like your typical feeder enabler, which I'm not going to comment on that because they didn't give us that much information on his backstory. But it did seem like he was the reason when she called the show, he was going to be the one that was going to be there to support and they were going to move to Texas. But he changed his mind for whatever reason. It's like, forget it. And he pretty much dropped out the scene, dropped out the story. First of all, Kamoria, we just got to talk about her. This is a daughter. She's 11, 12 years old. She's pretty much running a household and doing everything. I mean, the maturity of this lady, I don't even really like to bring kids into the story, but she was just so amazing and so, like, you could tell how much she loved her mom and just cared for her mom, but she just grew up so fast, and it was just heartbreaking. Their story was just heartbreaking. But she was the #1 MVP. #2 MVP was Brandon. That was her cousin who stepped in and was like, I'm going to take you down to see Dr. Now, and ended up eventually moving them to Texas. And he was just so patient. He was so kind, like, MVP goes to Brandon. So Brandon comes. They get her. They get his van. They get her in the van. It's a 16-hour trip. It ends up taking them 4 days to get to Houston. They finally get to Houston. She steps on the scale. She's 773 pounds. Now, that's why I say this story was so sad, because you could see the pain in her face. Like, throughout the whole show, you could just see the pain in her face. You could see the agony in her face. And you could kind of just see how much hurt that she had been through. You could see that she wanted to change, that she knew she needed help to change. But it was almost like that wasn't enough. Like, she needed help to get help, if that makes sense. But anyway, so she meets Dr. Now. This is what I didn't understand, and I was kind of perplexed with Mercedes. She gets to Dr. Now. Dr. Now like, hey, nice to meet y'all. Glad you got a support system. What brings us here? How much do you eat? Why are you almost 800 pounds? And she's like, well, I just eat the wrong foods. I don't really eat that much. Automatically, Dr. Now's like, what? What do you mean you don't eat that much? You're almost 800 pounds. You're eating all the time. And she's like, no, I just eat, like, usually when the kids get home from school, I eat a big meal. And I eat the wrong foods. I didn't understand this because the cameras, I mean, she was there when the cameras was recording. And the cameras recording her eating a big breakfast, her eating a big lunch, her eating snacks that her mom had brought over. I mean, I don't understand. I don't know if this was the same day. We don't know that, but we do know that the cameras was there and she knew that the cameras was there. So I don't understand, why did she lie to Dr. Now? Was she embarrassed or was she like kind of in denial? I couldn't tell. But anyway, Dr. Now's like, if you think I'm gonna believe that, I'm not. He's like, anyway, look, you are on the last limbs. He was like, look, I'm concerned about your health. All the toll that it took for you to get here took you 4 days. He was like, look, if you're serious about this program, I'm going to put you on a 1,200 calorie diet, high protein, low carb. I want you to lose 80 pounds in 1 month. He's like, and you need to move down here to be in the program. He's like, and I'm so concerned about your health. He's like, look, if you get a cold, you need to let me know. Don't play around. Don't second guess it. I need to know because we're in the final stages here. And that scared me. I was like, oh my goodness, he already prepping us for some bad news. So he's like, I need to know. Now we at month 6. She saw Dr. Now at month 2. We at month 6. It took her that long to move down. Brandon and his girlfriend and family, they decided they would go move down. Again, MVP. They would move down. So they move in there. A couple days later, she goes in to see Dr. Now. Dr. Now this is what I understand. I don't know. Has she never seen the show before? She steps on the scale and she's lost 45 pounds. And she was happy. They were celebrating. Her and Brandon was ecstatic. They were celebrating. I'm thinking like, you never seen the show. Dr. Now is not going to be happy with you. He's not approving surgery with you. I didn't understand. But I do understand. Okay, I understood. She probably had never lost weight before. So to see 45 pounds, she was proud of that, and rightly so. But 45 pounds, when you're supposed to lose 80 pounds in 1 month, Dr. Now was like, what? He's like, I'm glad you made some progress. He's like, but that was 4 months ago. You should have lost over 200 and some pounds by now. What are you doing? He's like, you're not taking this serious. He's like, you are on the last leg. You need to get serious about this. He was like, I think I'm going to have to admit you, because we got to get your weight down fast. He was like, any type of surgery that you have is going to be deadly for you. It's not going to be a good outcome. We can't do it. We need to get your weight down as soon as possible. He's like, but look, I'm going to give you another chance. Same goal. You need to lose 80 pounds in 1 month. He's like, you did 45. You can do better. So same goal. I want to see you next month. Now, this is where Mercedes got me, because it did show her outside playing with the kids. It showed her walking more. Her mobility had really improved. And I was like, okay, maybe she did it. Maybe she did it. But then she saw Dr. Now in month 6. Month 7, she made an excuse that she was on her period and she couldn't get there. Now we at month 8. She gained 8 pounds. Dr. Now was not having it at all. He was like, you know what? I don't know what else I could say. I don't know what else I could do. He's like, you do whatever you want to do. He's like, you can't, making appointments with you don't mean nothing, because you come when you want to come. You don't follow the rules. You're not taking this serious. He's like, look, this is what I'm going to do. You got to lose 80 pounds a month, first month. And he was like, you can come back anytime after that. But each additional month that you're gone, I want you to lose 40 pounds. And you need to come back here within 3 months, because after that, it's just too long. So he's like, when you're ready, then go ahead and schedule an appointment and come in. He's like, I don't know what else to say. I don't even know what else to do, because you ain't taking this serious. We at life or death here, and you still playing around. So when you want to come back, come on back. He's like, I'm going to send you to therapy. You definitely need to go to therapy, do your exercises. You need to get serious. You need to get in this program. That was month 8. Month 10, she finally did go to Lola. And we got to talk about Lola. Oh, now, I've always been an advocate for Lola. I personally love Lola. I think she's very pretty. I like the advice that she gives, but my friends don't like Lola. They always talk about Lola. I always find myself defending Lola. This time, I couldn't even defend Lola. Lola. People, you going to see somebody that's pretty much bedridden. She ain't bedridden. She can get up, but pretty much. The lady is on the last of the last. You know, she's on her final. I mean, this is it. And I get you when we on TV. I get it, Lola. I would come on TV I would try to look my best too. But Lola, now you know you was just too distracting. Lola, you look like you're trying to double for Beyonce or something. I just didn't get it. I was just like, Lola, this is too much. This is too distracting with the hair, with the makeup, with the outfit. It just was too much. You got to tone it down a little bit, Lola. It's just too much. You walking in a room with somebody that's literally on their last, and you come in there done up to the 9s. You got to do better, Lola. You got to bring it down a notch or 2. So I just had to throw that in there about Lola. So she told Lola, you know, you need to talk to Kamoria, tell her how you feel about, you know, I know it's a lot of guilt because she does everything. Talk to her, explain to her. Kamoria would really love that. Then she told her, for your dad, I want you to write on a piece of paper the things he took away from you and throw it away or flush it. I'm going to leave that right there. That's month 10. Mind you, remember she saw Dr. Now at month 8, and he told her, you need to be back in here with at least 3 months. Well, she didn't. And the show had to call her and tell her, you need to come in or you're getting kicked out the program. So month 12, she goes in. She's lost 44 pounds. Mind you, this was from month 8. So in 4 months, she's lost 44 pounds. And in a year, she's lost 81 pounds. And I think to her, she thought that was good. But for the show, it's just not. She just wasn't sticking to the diet. She obviously wasn't sticking to the diet. She obviously wasn't sticking to the exercise. She was more mobile. She could get up and move more. And that's how she had tricked me the first month. Because I'm like, okay, all right, Mercedes. But no. She just wasn't doing it. She did not stick to the program. And Dr. Now at month 12, he was like, look, I'm going to have to save your life. And so in order for me to save your life, you're nowhere near surgery. We can't even talk about surgery. He's like, but in order for me to save your life, you're going to have to be inpatient. And it's probably going to be a couple of months. So what's going to happen is in 3 days, I'll give you 3 days. I know you got your kids, square away your affairs, whatever you need to do, and you coming in and we just got to save your life. You're going to be inpatient on a strict controlled diet. So that's the story of Mercedes. Not much left to say. There will be a Dear Mercedes. Check that video out. Leave some encouraging words to Mercedes because I feel like she really needs it, guys. So that's all. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out of here.
Please subscribe to my mommy's video. Please just find your name. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.